Ba 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 ba.
This thing will be okay.
Hi, I'm Bob Tomato.
And I'm Larry the Cucumber.
Larry, did you do that?
It began. The dreaded Veggie Wars. Oh, Veggie Wars. We don't.
Alright, give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go. Bob and Larry set up camps on opposite sides of the rocky, barren desert. Larry's men decided to attack first. They planned later this day to move in slowly and attack Bob's camp. Bob's men moved slowly. Men continued to move slowly across the rocky, desolate desert.
And guys, we should stop and think.
Onward, Larry's men marched across the desert.
Are you gonna say anything?
No, just show them, pause it, and I like to use. Or I'll say they continued onward. Marched onward.
Shut up!
As the smoke cleared, Larry's few remaining surviving men looked at the terror and destruction the bomb had killed. Later that day, Larry's surviving men regrouped back at the campsite. 10 of their fellow soldiers had been killed, and Larry himself had been injured, and they were forced to leave him at the site of the landmine. After Larry's surviving men had fled the scene of the landmine, Bob and his soldiers ventured forth to survey the damage. They found the 10 dead soldiers and they injured Larry. They took the 10 dead soldiers off and laid them in a pile off to the side of their camp. They cleaned Larry's wounds and bandaged them, then strapped him with explosives. They planned to blow him up the next morning at sunrise. Later that day, as Larry's surviving soldiers prepared to go to bed, they were startled by the sudden appearance of Junior Asparagus and his wandering band of warriors who wandered across their camp. Larry's top commander and Junior started talking.
Hi, I'm Junior, and these are my men. Who are you?
The commander replied, I'm Larry's top commander, and these are Larry's soldiers. What are you doing here?
I'm wandering in the desert with my warriors. Where's Larry?
We were fighting Bob and his men, and we stumbled across a landmine while we were going to attack them. Larry was injured, and he was captured by Bob and his men. They've strapped him with explosives, and they're planning to blow him up tomorrow morning.
So, who's the bad guy? You or Bob?
Bob's the bad guy, of course. Will you help us rescue Larry?
Oh, okay.
Junior, his warriors, and Larry's soldiers decide to sneak over to Bob's camp after dark and hide explosives in the stand that Larry was on, and also to hide them around Bob's soldiers. They left a few soldiers to light the explosives the next morning when Bob had planned to blow up Larry. That night, as Bob and his men slept, Junior Asparagus, his men, and Larry's soldiers snuck over to Bob's camp, planted the explosives, and left a few of their men to light the explosives the next morning. The next morning, as Bob's men prepared to blow up Larry's men lit their own explosives to blow up the stage and Bob's men in a sneak attack.
That was cool.
After the explosion, while Bob's surviving soldiers stood around dazed, Junior Asparagus, his men, and Larry's surviving men quickly sneaked in, grabbed Bob and kidnapped him, freed Larry, and escaped back to their camp. There, they strapped Bob with explosives and planned to blow him up at dusk. 9 soldiers had been killed in the explosion at Bob's camp. That night at dusk, Larry's men prepared to say goodbye to Bob once and forever. They started the final countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ignition!